It's not here because of time. Now, biofuel is just like the left hand of the right hand. Okay? Now, biofuel simply refers to our usual sock-away pits. You know that when you are building your house, you need to make a big pit for it. All right? But now you don't need it anymore. The biggest pit you need now is just 6 feet by 4 feet. Even if there are 12 people living in that house. That is biofuel technology. Biofuel technology operates the same way as biogas. The only difference is that it doesn't produce gas. All right? It doesn't produce gas. But it will take care of your human waste, your food waste. For the next 40 years, you don't need to come and excavate or sock away. And all you need is just 6 feet by 4 feet. Something like the size of these 2 speakers here for a family of 12. For the next 40 years, I can guarantee you that. And the depth is just 6 feet. That's the power of technology. What they have just done is that the same anaerobic bacteria that is working the biogas is what we introduce into that pit. The only difference is that that particular microorganisms operates with oxygen, but the one for biogas does not operate with oxygen. In the class, we will have time to look more into it because I quickly have to go into hydroponics. Now, what is hydroponics? Very simple. We all know what is hydro. We know what is ponics. Okay. So let me... okay. Am I too fast? Am I too fast? I told you there's no time, so I have to run. Okay, the first thing is this. What is hydro? Hydro generally refers to water. Okay? Generally refers to, anything ponics has to relate to planting and cropping and everything. Just take it like that, layman language. Now, hydroponics simply means the cultivation of crops in water. Okay? It's just like the twin of sack farming. Now, to just help our understanding a little bit, you know, most of us that grew up, I was asking about farmers that used to spend 2-3 hours traveling to the farm. You understand that the major aspect or the major responsibility of the soil is just to hold your plant. Hold it long enough for the nutrients to get to the roots. That's all. That's all. And that's why you see today now, we can plant yam without soil. I told you I planted my cassava in sack bags. All right? You just need, and that's even a tuber crop. So for crops that are leafy vegetables or fruiting vegetables, they even do very well in water. Now, it's not ordinary water. It's water that has been empowered. Okay? We have introduced nutrients into it. So all you just need is a container that can hold the water. And any container can do. You don't need to, if you have the resources to do big containers like this one, fine. This one a big man own. No. Tell your neighbor, this one a big man own. Say neighbor, a big man own with that. Because that one is quite expensive. But look at this one. You can see how they have been, this is actually sacks, okay? But you can see it's a combination. They are being fed directly. I call this one the big man's kind of farming. That's what we do now. You can wear your suit and enter your farm and come out, and nobody will know that you went to the farm. All right? Now, for hydroponics, what we do is that we introduce the same nutrients that the crops will have taken from the soil. You just introduce it into the water, and that's all. And you can use any container. You can use anyone. There was a lady who came and was complaining, oh, she didn't have money to buy the plate. I told her, just go to where they are building. Go and look for that leather that they used to do concrete. And bring any old one. And when she brought it, I just did something for her. Put the wood together, put the bag inside, put the water. In 3 days, she saw her cucumber. She was shocked. Meanwhile, she has been throwing her fish water away for a very long time. So, basically, hydroponics is the growing of crops in water solutions. All right? And we can use almost every kind of organic water, especially fish water. But if you want to improve it, there is the one that is chemical-based. The nutrients are chemical-based. You introduce them into the water and it does very well, especially if you want to do it commercial. But if you want to do that, it's just me, myself, and my family, then you can just stick with your normal rice water, beans water. I told my people that a lot of times we don't know that the rice water you are throwing away money. So if mommy is not here, please, when you get home, go and buy her one big 50-liter jerry can. Every time she parboils rice, make sure she doesn't throw the water away. Every time she parboils beans, help her to throw it inside that 50-liter jerry can. You know why? That's your own nutrient. If you are doing sack farming like this, that's the only thing you need for your cucumber to produce better than the commercial ones. Hallelujah. So basically, hydroponics is the growing of crops, and you can grow several crops. you can do your cucumber, you can do your peppers, you can do your tomatoes, anything leafy or fruity vegetables. Of course, they require different approaches, but you can do all of them. All right? So because of time also, I will have to round up the topic on hydroponics here. Please, if you have questions on this one and every other one, kindly have them written down so we can quickly take them before we have to reconvene for the general session. Hallelujah. Sister Faith, has my faith increased? Any questions, please? If you have them, can I have the resource persons, please? The item 7. Sorry?
I'd like to make an announcement for the... Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And I want to thank every of the presenter this evening. Good evening, everyone. Okay, for those of us who were in the agri class, I like to believe we have filled this general attendance. Please, if you have not filled the general attendance, kindly indicate. I'll bring the form to you. Okay, that's an empty form that can go around. Then for this form, this is the data capture form. I believe everyone in this group had this form, except for a few persons. Okay, so what that means is, if you didn't get this form and you were in this class, kindly indicate. When I come around, you just let me know. You will write your name and phone number separately again. What will happen is that we'll call you to fill this form with us, like from our office, but we'll call you on phone. You just provide us the information we need to fill the form. That's way convenient for us. Okay, so for those of us who still have this form, please fill your phone number at the top or any space you have therein. All classes for this group has been taken, and I like to believe we have made our choices. If we have, please fill in the last section at this point, where you have your first choice, second choice, and third choice. So you can fill your desired business skill in the order of your preference. If you have done that, I need it to be as coordinated as possible. So what that will imply is that you will pass your form to the first person sitting on your left, row by row. The first person sitting on your left, just pass the form to him. If it's a he, if it's a lady, to her. If you have finished filling this form, please pass it to the first person on the left of your row. The first person to the left of your row. I'm using my right hand because I'm pointing to my left. So the first person to the... Very much for your cooperation.
Question. We will not leave you out. So please, if you have a question and you have it written down, kindly bring it forward. And then I want to take the liberty to announce the phone numbers of our resource persons. Any questions, please? Bring it now. And then please, again, for those that are serving us, and for those of us here, please, thank you. If you know that you have been served in your other class and you are back here, please let them know, because almost everybody here, they will not have their meals. So if you had already received a meal from the other class and you are here, kindly ensure that you take care of your brother first. I know President assured us there will be extra to take home, but there are some that have not had any at all. And even as I'm talking now, I'm still seeing a lot of persons that have not been served.
Have not had the opportunity of eating, also get something to eat. We will ensure that there is 12 baskets after this.
Hallelujah. Please, thank you very much, sir. Please, I just like to beg us. I am not as young as I look. So when you are bringing the question, help me. Help me, all right? Okay. Please, my resource persons, how do we, okay, let me move closer to you since the mic is movable. Please, if you have questions, I'm taking questions. All right, before we take the questions, let me quickly roll out the numbers, mobile numbers of our resource persons, so that even before the training, you want to reach them, you can easily reach them. Please, if you are ready, I'll be a bit fast. So, now, for Dr. David, thank you, sir. Sorry. For Dr. David Ola, who took us on poultry and piggery, thank you, sir. Dr. David, who took us on poultry and piggery, his mobile number is 0813 265 5948. Again, 0813 265 5948. That is for Dr. David Ola, who took us on poultry and piggery. For fish farming, Brother Henry Agoifo, 0803 775 8226. Again, 0803 775 8226. Again, for Brother Henry Agoifo, who took us on fish farming, Henry, 0803 775 8226. Again, 0803 775 8226. Now, for Brother Prince Nziota, who took us on maggot production, an aspect of feed production, his number is 0803 451 8283. Again, Brother Prince Nziota, 0803 451 8283. Yes, 8283. Uncle, I called poultry like 3 times, so you pay for the next one. All right. For poultry, again, Dr. David Otta, for poultry, 0813 265 5948. Then for it's just the same number for poultry and piggery. It's the same person. Poultry and piggery is the same person. Fish farming is Brother Henry, and I've called his name. The one for maggots, Princess Ziota, I've called that one, 0803 451 8283. Now, for the young man who took us on sack and air layering, all right, the very first speaker, that's Brother Shola Ajay. His number is 0818 597 6675. Again, for crop production, sack and air layering, the very first speaker, his number is 0818 597 6675. Don't forget that you will still meet all these people one way or the other during our extended training sessions. But like I said, just in case you are in a hurry. Okay? Then, for... All right. Please, can I have 2 volunteers that I will faint inside their hand? Okay. For piggery again. Piggery. Dr. David Otter. 0813 265 5948. Again. 0813 265 5948. And then for hydroponics and biogas. Hydroponics and biogas. Kayode Kolade 0817 164 4416. Again 0817 164 4416. So Kayode Kolade Eta Iburehi Onibueri Aworu. Come again, sir. Kayode for hydroponics and biogas. Hydroponics and biogas. The last 2 talks. Hydroponics and biogas. 0817 164 4416. Again, 0817 164 4416. So quickly, please let us go through the questions so that we can start getting ready for the final session. The first question here says, please, what is the items used in air layering? Okay, thank you, sir. I'm sure Roshola is not here, but I think I can. I think they mentioned sawdust, nylon, some ropes, and then of course you must have the tree or the crop that you want to propagate. All right. We did not take Deacon Wale's number. So please, for the daddy, come this side, so that the light can shine on you. You know me, I'm very black. Please, for the first facilitator who is working, yes, Deacon Wale Ibinaye Kayode. You can see that Kayode is everywhere. Oh, God help us. All right. So please, his number is
080 331 31904. 080 331 31904.
He's the consultant. All the food. All.
080 331 31904. Yes. Okay.
This one is just agro. They are not back. Okay, I hope we have the question on air layering. I hope it's clear. Don't remember that during the class you will still do, and then you have his number also. Then we have a question that says, how do thank you. How do you purify the biogas after production? Okay, I think that's in my field. For purification of the biogas, we have what we call a scrubbing system. All right? It's actually, depending on what you want to do with the gas, it's already 2 or 3 containers. One takes care of the water, one takes care of the sulfuric acid. through the use of desulfurizers. Okay, that's how we purify the gas. So in our classes, we are going to throw more light on how it works. Okay? Because of time, we couldn't put them up. All right. Then he said, please, sir, is it possible for we to get all the lecture materials for this seminar? It's possible. We're already working on it. Just make sure that you... What are the things that I will need to use and produce fish feed? Where is... I think the daddy for fish feed is not... Am I correct? Okay, don't worry. Maybe we will take that during the general session also. All right? But I'm sure we'll tackle that question subsequently. Then he said, can the hiring machine also bring out the blood? Okay, I don't. Is this related to the pig or to the chicken? For poultry. No, it just the fed has it. It doesn't bring out the blood. Once you kill it, the blood will come out. All right? That machine is just for defeathering the machine, the chicken. It removes all the feathers. All right? I believe that is taken care of. Then, okay, I think this is related to poultry. He said, please explain more on quails. And then he said, please, what is the maturity age of black cockerel and noilers? Where is Dr. More, but the one on maturity age of cockerel and noilers.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the first question they're talking about explaining more on quails. You know, I just pointed it out. I told you that it's one aspect of poultry farming that most of us, we don't really know about because it's not something that is that is that general, even in Nigeria here. But thank God that when I mentioned it, most of us as Christians, we already have heard it from the Bible and it's not too strange to us, but just that we've not seen it. And as I told you, we have apart from our farm here in Port Harcourt, you can rarely get it everywhere, but it's something we encourage people to venture into. Of course, but I believe it was projected when the lecture was going on so that you can see the bed and how they look like. But of course, as we said, when you come to talk about nutritional value, when you come to talk about the health value, you will see that you can't compare them to chicken. They have more nutrients, they have other amino acids and antioxidants, that is the eggs that you can't see in chicken egg. That's why most people, if you go to the hospital for some health issues or some health conditions, the doctors will recommend that you should be eating quail eggs. That's even why when my boss was teaching, he made mention of powdered egg and all of those. Those things are what we've taught around, and all those is how we can solve more, how we can provide more solutions on what people need when it comes to the availability of quail eggs. So there are a lot of things to talk about. As I'm saying, we have the farm already, and we encourage you, if it's something you want to venture into, there's market there for the meat, there's market there for the egg, and the market is just waiting for you. So let's just cut it short here, and of course we'll still talk more about that with time. Then the second question there was, okay, I think the person was talking about the maturity. Okay, the maturity, that is time it takes. Okay, cockerel and noiler. When you talk about the maturity, of course, first of all, we have general maturity. If you are keeping poultry, if you are into poultry now, it depends on what you want. First of all, are you going into egg production or are you going into meat production? That's the first thing you will have to ask yourself and decide on. So if you are going into meat production, generally, it's expected that after 3 months, you have completed one cycle. That is it. Now, of course, you can go to the village and you see some people that keep a particular chicken. If you want to keep it for meat, it's for you. You decide the market size you want to sell. After 3 months, if you don't want to sell, of course, the person that keep for 6 months will not sell the price that the person that keep for 3 months is selling. But when you talk of maturity, when it is for meat production, depending on the practices you imbibe, depending on your feeding regimen, your medication, and it will determine the size. Some people at 3 months, their beds are full. If you go to the market today, some of us buy beds of 5 weeks and 4 weeks and we won't know. Yes, but because what you buy is the weight, not how long it has stayed. Some can stay 6 months and their weight cannot compare to the one you are selling at 4 months. So it depends on what you are practicing, what you are imbibing, the things, the feeding regimen, and that is what will determine. If you go to the villages, some people, some of these local, they can rear one fowl for 2 years. That is just it, or even more than. So, of course, with time, we still throw more light on it.
This one is also for you. How long can pigs starve?
How long can pigs starve? First of all, for even mentioning that name, starve, that word, starve, pigs are not meant to starve. Just as you as human beings, you know it's not good to starve. But peradventure, maybe due to some reasons, and if you don't feed your pig a day, the pig will not die. Provided it's not piglets. You know, when they are still younger, they need more nutrients, like they need more care. But provided they are adults, let me say, talking about from 3 months, 4 months, when you don't feed them in a day, they will not die. If you don't feed them 2 days, they will not die. But just know that what they will lose for you missing feeding in a day, you are the one losing more than you could have gained. Assuming your pig is weighing, let me say, 50 kg, and you leave the pig for 2 days without feeding. Maybe after 2 days feeding, it could have just added like 2 kg or 3 kg. But for the fact you've missed 2 days, it can drop from 50 to 30. For that 2 days you've missed. Are you getting it? So who is losing more? You. You could have spent less in feeding compared to what you are losing for not feeding. So as I said, you will not die if you don't feed for a day. You will not die if you don't feed for 2 days, but you are losing more. But on a general note, anything beyond, if he's having access to water, you can stop to 4 days without any issue. But if there's no water, after 3 days of starvation, there's every possibility that the pig will die. Remember what I mentioned, that the hazard involved in not feeding is not just about the pig dying or losing weight. It's the havoc that the pig can cause. For not feeding, it can attack somebody. For not feeding, it can eat the piglets, that is the young ones. For not feeding, if there are 3 there, they can combine force and fight one and kill one and eat on that one. So that is the dangers, not just on the pig suffering, but the havoc you are causing generally. Thank you.
Can we please appreciate him once again? Okay, you have a question there for fish. That is still not around. So you have the number, you can reach out to him. He says, can fish be fed with beans? I have my own experience, but I don't say it here. So please, you can reach out to him. And then the other one, sir? The answer is no. So they are not competing with the beans with us again. And you now want to make the beans more expensive. So please, they say no. They say, can we use any other natural means to feed the fish? Yes, you heard that you can feed them with your maggots. Just produce sufficient BSF larvae. All right? That's the other name for the maggot. And give to your fish. In fact, if they are young, dry the larvae, blend it, and give it to them. You will see miracle. Somebody say here. Then I have here also that what is produced from air layering? Is it the roots to be planted or seeds or fruits? I think it's the roots to be planted. Do we all agree? It's the roots to be planted. That's what he said. It's when you have them, they will grow roots, then you just plant it, and it will start germinating from there. Is that as the plant grows inside the sac or vase, are there not tendencies of the plant root breaking the sac? Okay, from my own little experience with sac farming, we don't usually have this challenge. Because often than not, the plant does not have a tap root. It has a fibrous root. All right? In fact, there's a way I train people how to even do the sac farming that the root will just be too much. It doesn't go down, it comes up. So for that, there is actually no, except if you are doing something like maybe pawpaw, because after a while, pawpaw will definitely break through and go down. But if it's a fibrous, if it's a root crop, maybe like cassava or yam, it's not actually growing inside the bag. It's only the roots that will be in the bag. The plant will be growing outside as usual. But if it's yam, then it will grow inside. So if you are going to do yam in sack bags, then you need to ensure that you use long bags or wide bags. And often than not, let me just bring this in. I've heard people ask me in forums like this that they planted in yam and it didn't do well. And I asked them, did you feed the yam? You have to, anything that has to do with sack farming, you should know that you have to feed them. Because after a while, they will run out of the nutrients in that sack. So if you don't feed them continually, they will become stunted. Just as the same way they will be stunted in the ground if there's no sufficient feed. So you must feed them. And if you're a big boy like some of us and some of these big men that have come, just connect a nutrient pipe to them. All you have to do is just open the pipe in the morning. The water will naturally flow there. You don't need to stress yourself any further. And then in the evening also you do the same. All right? So when you feed them, they will do very, very well. Okay? Can any plant or crop be reared in sack? And for how long? I think we have addressed that. There are several crops that you can do in sacks. Peppers, cucumbers, yam, cassava. I just told you I just harvested cassava 2 days ago. They all grew in sack bags. Gari bags, rice bags, cement bags. That's what I use. So you can do that. Most of the things you cannot do in sacks are probably those crops that really need to go down into the root. But your potatoes, you can do them. There's quite a lot you can do in sack bags, except for things like rice and the rest of them that I know we cannot do there. Then this question says, how can biogas be generated on a non-industrial scale? Very easy, sir. During the class, you will know more. It's very easy. You just need a couple of containers. You can start with one. If you have a 100-liter drum in your house, we can start with that one. All you need is an inlet and an outlet for collecting the gas, and of course, enough organic manure to go inside, and you are good to go. For an industrial scale, you have to consult Dr. Wale. I've given Deacon Wale doctor now. All right. So please, are there all other classes? Are we together now? Are we together? All right. Please, they said regarding maggot production, he's here. He said, how can the smell be controlled? I think that's that. For me, we don't really have any smell from the maggot, except if you are not doing it properly. But let him come and throw more light on it. Let him. How can the smell be controlled?
Okay, see, maggot doesn't have a smell. It is, like I told you, it's the waste that has the smell. Which biogas, you can remove the waste, the smell. Because you know, that smell is also a gas. I hope you know. The gas is that smell. That smell you're inhaling. I hope you understand. So if you can take away that gas, every other thing is just, as it were, for me, is soil, loam soil. Are you getting it? Once you take away the smell and you get your gas, your maggot, the other one is manure. If you pour it on the ground, you will not see it anymore. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. I believe all the other classes are here now. So please, let us make welcome our resource person for the... Can yam be grown with hydroponic system of actually two? But there's a way we do it with the vines. Okay? But not just the way. There's a lot of things there, but we'll see one-on-one on that one. And then what are the nutrients introduced to the hydroponics? The normal nutrients, NPK, Epsom salt. There's a way we mix it and put it. During the class, you will see it. Please, let's make welcome once again Deacon Wale Ibinaye. Let him, he will take all the other things. So let me go and sit down too and look for where the food is. Please celebrate him one more time. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. Please clap for yourself. Please. Because, like I said, the first critical decision you make in this journey is you still being here up till now. Yes. So, and I know a lot have gone today. So this session is a very, very short session. You just let us know what's next. And probably maybe a few other questions that have not been answered. Because I know each of the breakout sections address. Some of them are even residual skills you already have. But maybe in your place of work, you are not really using that's on commercial basis, or you are not running it as a business. So the whole idea of today, one thing you should take away is the fact that I discovered that some of them you are still choosing them based on emotions. Yes, so we will screen it out, then you will see the one that makes most business sense, the one that solves most problem within your vicinity and that will make you the most profit. So that's why we said choose 3 of those things. Then through RMF, there will be communications on dates of what is next. That is training, but we need the next 1 week, maximum 2 weeks, to work on the data we captured from you, do a proper report, proper recommendation, then we can now move on to the next phase. But please, do not, whatever you've gotten from here, think over it prayerfully. And you have taken the decision to do a skill today, you must be ready to pay the price. What you've been here, like I said, you are already paying the price, because I know there are other things you could have been doing where you are supposed to be. So the skills we've seen, some of them you may not feel there will be one-on-one counseling. We will counsel you the appropriate way you are supposed to do them. So you run them as a business. So that's the idea. So I don't know if there are outstanding questions unanswered, or I want you to stay more beyond it. The feedback section is information section to just tell you what we need to do going forward. So and then some people asked for the materials. Every material showcased here will be made available through the download. Graphics wasn't really showing well, but we will explain. But we believe a picture and the video standing things on his list that I need to address now, so that we can release them to go and get set for tomorrow. Yes. And the president just told me that tomorrow I will have to still come back to talk for like about 20 minutes or so. So try to also be there. Try to encourage others to be there. It won't be like this, just a short talk. Maybe between now and then, I probably will have more information about the next step. Said I can also pass that across. Okay. It's not out of place at all. I can see appreciation on everybody's face here. So it won't be out of place. Daniel
is my name. Please, can we make him welcome? At least he's willing to give us the appreciation. Yes.
Okay, Daniel Mfonobong Esikot is my name. From Rivers Province 8, Potter's House Parish. I want to sincerely thank the leadership for this opportunity, for the idea and the bringing the ideas to a logical conclusion. If you don't mind, can I ask so that we celebrate our Lord with a clap offering? A French philosopher once said, I shall pass through this world but once. If there's any good thing I can do, any favor I can show, may I not defer it or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. Thank you, and I pray that this knowledge we are getting, God will help us to put it to practice and bring testimony. Thank you.
Can we please celebrate Daniel once again? And celebrate our daddy. Please remember, like we said, it's not a one-day program. And somebody just asked me now, can they change what they initially chose? You can see that the prophecy of confusion. Please, you can change. You can change. But for me, I don't know why doctor is coming up now. Maybe the doctor is getting close. He has said that we should have multiple streams of incomes. It's an opportunity. Just try your best to know where the classes are holding and then see how you can manage yourself. But choose one first. Choose one first. So you catch that one first. The rest will be jara. Make sure you catch one. Catch one first. Understand it. Then use that one now to build. There's nothing wrong if you, on your own, carry your checkbook and go and look for Dr. Dikin Wale at number 30 Transwoji Road by Slaughter Bridge, Port Harcourt. It's just behind here. There's nothing wrong in it. Just carry your checkbook and meet him and the rest will be done. All right? Daddy, thank you very much once again. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much once again, the organizers of the program, and for you to be this patient to listen. The whole idea is, me and my team, we really want to pour ourselves into you to help as much as we can, humanly possible, also spiritually. And the truth is, the greatest appreciation we will get from you is to see you grow, is to see businesses expanding, is to see businesses springing up. And there is no other joy that we'll have beyond that. And I can see the energy. I can see the passion. So please, let's keep the fire burning, and we will surely be happy, and we will surely also be blessing even unto others. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
I believe we can do better than that. Please, I want to sincerely apologize on behalf of the LOC for those who have not yet been fed. In fact, the apology is heavy for my mouth, according to my people, but I have to do it because I'm representing them now. Now, the information I have is that we were given tags, okay? I'm sure there is a plan, so please, bear with us. This one don't turn fasting. At least you can pray for us as well. So please, kindly be patient after we are done now. I'm sure there is a plan. And then please, let's also remember that the program continues tomorrow, Saturday, here also. Let's invite someone, like President said, come with a man. It's still part of the empowerment. Come with a man. And then for me, I will say finally that please, everything you have heard today, even though we rushed it, make sure you key into this process. Make sure you key into this process. Someone defined poor people as people who pass over opportunities repeatedly. There's something I have seen about this kind of fora. As all of us are here now, we have had everything. Everybody is gingered. By the time you get home now, you now remember that, child, these people suffer me today, they don't give me food. You will forget everything. Please don't let that be your portion. I would have loved to give you the food, but if I try it now, I will create problems. Because I'm looking at people. Please, if you have not had food, let me see your hand. Kilo day. All right, please. For those that did not get food, I don't know what I can do now. Carry over. Okay. Someone is suggesting carry over. But please, don't let me put myself in. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. I don't know. I want to share the grace as I've been told, but the people that have not eaten are giving me. But just hold on. All right. In the interim, please remember